On the outsides of these RVs, this is I think they call this a Class A. And the thing about these is you have storage on the outside and you have what they call the basement, which actually you do want to fill that up in order to keep your center of gravity low. So it doesn't really hurt you to put stuff in that basement area to fill it up, keep your center of gravity low. I think this is called a Class B. I got to double check how the terminology works. I just call this the van front RVs. A lot of the people that live full-time in rigs where they're going around the city and they need the maneuverability, they go for this style of rig, okay? A lot of and I hate to say it, but it's partly the line between a homeless guy living in a van versus RV people, okay? I hate to put it that way, but the homeless guys living in a van type guys who get these, especially the slightly shorter ones, the thing is they're getting that maneuverability. A lot of times they're not significantly cheaper. Now this one is, I think, because it's older. Yeah, this one's older. I think late 80s, early 90s. This one I think is late 90s. Because they're a little older, they're going to be cheaper. They can still be pretty nice inside. Looks like this one's sold. One of the things you're giving up on this style is you're giving up that basement storage. Okay, you get a little bit, but not nearly as much as you get with the big bus looking things. You don't get nearly as much storage down below. Now, a lot of times these do have a big block motor, and sometimes they don't. So you just got to check and see what you've got in there. Because, again, you're giving up a lot of that lower storage, but you may not be giving up your motor size. And if you're not giving up your motor size and you still have a pretty heavy-duty transmission, you can do some serious towing with one of these. So you can tow a real trailer, you can tow another vehicle, and expect not to have major problems with it. So a lot of the guys that get a nice boat and they want to get their boat and all this stuff with them, they're going to get this slightly smaller format. The other thing is, because it retains the front end of a regular van, your regular automotive van mechanics can work on these and everything should be relatively familiar with them. Everything should be relatively familiar. The tires aren't highly specialized. It's just heavy duty truck stuff. These also can be converted to four-wheel drive, and it's expensive, but for the people who have these things in four-wheel drive, they consider them worth it. The other stuff to look for, though, is going to be leakage, deterioration, stuff like that. If you're buying them from a dealership or you're buying them from a person, is it a point of negotiation? Yeah, but that's why a lot of the value on RVs is based on inspection, because service really adds up with this stuff. It can be labor intensive. It's going to be inspection related on that. And personally, I'm not real big on the cosmetics, okay? I could give one of these a camo paint job or a spray can paint job and just not worry too much about it. But when we start getting into the interior, well, that's what you live in, and sometimes that can be something where you're just not going to like it. Like this lavender shit, I could live without that, all right? And lavender, lavender ain't working with me, okay? And little old lady may like it. I mean, it's kind of nice to have the double doors and everything, but this rig's probably cheaper too, and it's a lot of room. I mean, there's more room in here than the cabin I'm building. There's definitely more room in here than the cabin I'm building. Kind of like the fact it has one of these washer dryer rigs. So, make your own decisions on it, whether or not the stuff works. $89.95. It's the same price as that other one. It's older. It looks like it's seen a little harder use, but the thing is, I think it's bigger and more deluxe. But something was going on here. I don't know what that's about, but Something got tore out, I think. Might have driven under a low bridge and hit something, I don't know. But you know, anyway, it is what it is. I'll upload both these videos. Hopefully they answer most of your questions. You know, as far as the dealers being able to answer questions and make promises, you know, they buy these from people. They buy them at auctions. It's not like they lived in it for year after year. So a lot of times they just don't know. And a lot of people who have owned one long term, they're gonna be more likely to lie to you than a dealer. So you just never know until you check everything out.